lineup. They've had a few days to work on it. I'm gonna go with the MOVISTAR Riders 2-0 actually.
Okay, we're gonna conflict each other. I'm always all for it. A little bit of fun little rivalries. Shout out to LootBet, by the way. Loot.bet. Check them out. Awesome partner to have. They've allowed us to have weekly tournaments, and they are awesome. So check them out. MOVISTAR Riders starting on the T side. Scriv, Galaxy Racers. Although 16 won them last time, starting on the CT side is going to boast well for them. And Tabs finding Shocks early. Is going to put MOVISTAR Riders in a bit of a nervous step as they are going to try to take bathrooms. But with being a man up, Dazan's going to feel like he can continue to hold this.
Great spot for him to be in, actually. Ooh, gets almost destroyed. I feel like he should have taken a bit more damage from that, actually. So he's lucky. Has to drop back from his position, but a bit of information gained in the sense that they were crossing over. And as you can see, quick rotations here from the CT side. Flashes over the top to try and break their way in. Another kill coming in. Dezen looking good as he finds two, in fact. All on to Alex and mainly Mopos, to be honest with you. Alex takes a big chunk of damage. And they are happy to let this bomb go down. 4 on 2. Boost coming in, spotting out the player. Not able to find the frag, but it's being set up here. And surely they can't get this done. It would be pretty insane. Alex just get the one tap in. The Glock kills need to come in a bit faster than this, and he just gets overwhelmed in the end. But Galaxy Racer going to come away with the pistol.
Yeah, Dazan actually picks up 3. I thought he was going to be in some trouble towards that bathrooms, but he'll take the damage, back up, rotate over into the appropriate places, and Galaxy Racers pick up a big CT-sided pistol. And with the bomb planted, though, MOVISTAR Riders, you know this is going to be a buy with AKs. They're going to go a bit untraditional, right? Steel drops for Larson, but typically you'd have another player drop for Alex so he can get head armor. So, in my opinion, not the most optimal buy for MOVISTAR Riders. I think Alex should have went for head armor and asked for the AK to be dropped to him. Then they could have 2 AKs, 2 players on pistols. You get utility out on Alex as well. It's the most optimal way to go about it. So I think MOVISTAR Riders just missing the mark with this buy, in my opinion, Scriv. It's going to make that AK not as deadly as it should be.
Those communication issues, you know, what we were talking about a little bit, maybe coming into play.
Yeah, true.
Not feeling as, I guess, confident in each other, or, you know, just autopiloting, playing looser Counter-Strike while they get this new roster sorted. But it is a massive pivot for sure. I feel like surely there's got to be more talent deeper in the Spanish scene, but maybe, you know, they've been playing with these guys, playing some pugs and whatnot with these guys and gone, you know, I got a guy, let's enter some tournaments, see how it goes. Call from the org. Do they want to move more internationally? Not sure. Not sure. Or maybe there literally only is like 6 guys in the Spanish scene. I'm not sure that's true though. Early tag coming in from Galaxy Racer. Shocks as well, tagged down a little. First frag goes the way of Freddy Frog. Plesson helping him out. The overpass looking nice and clean. Shocks, however, comes in with 2 quick frags. Makes things a bit more interesting. Flank will be coming in shortly, but will it be here fast enough? That's the real question. Relaxer playing nice and passive, nice and safe, making room for said flank that they are not expecting at all. The bomb goes down. It's all on to Alex. He's getting shot from all sides, and he just cannot concentrate. Galaxy Racer will get the second round, and considering the buy from MOVISTAR Riders, that's actually really clean from them.
No doubt. And look what they get out with, right? If you're the Galaxy Racers, you get out with 2 AKs, you save that 1 M4. 2 players don't take damage on their armor, so that utility, they don't have to put anything into the armor, right? It's just prime Galaxy Racers start. MOVISTAR Riders gonna have to take a bit of a save now, right? A bit of an awkward situation for them. 2 bomb plants in a row. And I wish they took a pause to discuss this. Because I'm all for hero AKs, but I enjoy plans with it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of wild. Maybe they're just limit testing the the lineup or something. I'm really not sure. RACER going to take down Steel. Still got that AK in play. Oh, great angle here for MOPOZ. No, RACER, he gets the nades out at the worst possible time. Thought surely the trade would come in, right? You know, it's a nice little catchy angle, but... Oh my goodness, he presses his smoke bind. And he is screwed. That is disaster. 4 versus 2. The A-bomb site open. The remaining 2 CTs in disarray as they're actually not sure whether the bomb has followed MOPOZ or whether he was just there by himself. Nice little nade comes in. Of course, no armor, so that does a lot of damage. Still going to be tough on the retake.
Oh, they're going to give it a good shot. Tabs, good opener. Alex spraying with his M4 on dice. And if he just gets a well-timing peek with his teammate here, this could spell disaster. But Alex gonna bail them out with a quick headshot there. 2 for the man. He'll grab the AK. Larson, unfortunately, just escapes with the MP9, which, honestly, you should just upgrade. Especially with the importance of this next round. And Mops with that deagle. 2 critical kills. And Galaxy Racer's just gonna buy nothing. Double flash on Tabs. Nothing else around it. We're gonna have a bit of a dance of who's saving what. And what's the buy is going to be like early on here. Honestly, very reserved for both teams outside of that rifle buy from Shocks. But, hey, if it gets you around, if it gets you that breadstick and starts the ball rolling, I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's certainly wild, but maybe that was a part of the, you know, decision-making, a factor in the decision-making, is that this is crazy. They will never expect it. And I do think some of these MOVISTAR Riders players, you know, we saw from MOPOZ in the previous, but they are pretty good fraggers. But also, I think some really smart players on this team. A really good game sense from some of these guys, and they know how to handle themselves well. Plus having Steel in the driver's seat. And I think, you know, from watching them in the past and whatnot, and their run that they had in... Road to Rio a few months back now. Feels Steel is a bit of a looser, a bit of a mid-rounder, rather than a super rigid in-game leader. And it plays into their hands perfectly. Or at least it did for the previous roster, right? We'll see with the newer additions. I think at the moment, they're not going to change too much about that looseness, in all fairness. Just because, you know, 2 new players, it's hard to integrate them, especially when you're trying to, you know, enter some tournaments and whatnot. I think what has happened here, maybe, again, from the org, maybe the players, but they've gone, okay, we've lost these guys. We could spend a lot of time, but we've also got, you know, IEM quals coming up, and there's a few tournaments to be getting involved in after the player break. So that, to me, is perhaps why we've ended up with a team that does seem like a, you know, a solid core, and then a couple outliers that are without a team.
What a wacky buy from Galaxy Racers. You could tell they're expecting more. The flash peek from Tabs as the smoke will bloom. MOVISTAR Riders going to throw a bit of a execute to allow themselves to get water control. It's like a map control execute. And the spam from Pleasant just off the mark. Just missing Shocks. And MOVISTAR Riders now with water control going to be taking a bit of a boost to set up Alex in this AK. They've mollied barrels. They're clearing heaven. And I think they're starting to figure out that is a bit of a more of a monster lean from the Galaxy Rider side, Scriv.
Nice pick up from Dezen coming in, though. We've only got 30 seconds left here, Keith. This is not looking too good. All MOVISTAR Riders going to start to move in straight into Relaxer, straight into Freddy Frog. They both get a frag apiece. One of them goes down. It's a 4 versus 2, though. This is looking really good. The rotations are in quickly. They've got to deal with Freddy, and he's got a great angle. Hello? Okay, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I guess he's a bit screwed. There's players everywhere. He's maybe expecting a wide swing to come in from the site itself. Nothing comes. Freddy pushes into him. Maybe he's not expecting that. It just looks a bit weird, I guess. Nonetheless, Galaxy Racer with a pretty decisive round to regain their lead.
MOVISTAR Riders heading towards their default. Galaxy Racers answer back with a round, pick up the AKs, and keep their head held high. That is for sure. With the op on Larson, everyone in chat was telling me he's good, he's good. Larson's the man, he's the man, he's the man. And I want to see Larson deliver. With Steel in command, we've seen what he's been able to do with teams in the past. Maybe this is the new lineup for him. This is the one he can work. If they show up on time for finals, that's a throwback reference. Everything will be good.
Not his fault, all right?
Oh, no, he was on time. Let me rephrase that. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, Tab's going to open up. Freddy Frog going to chime in as well. There's two of them set up along here. They just look so very clean. Like, that is so broken. You know, first guy peeks, goes down. The second guy's like, I don't know, do I want to go for this? He's shouting at me. Maybe I should. Mopos catches Tab sleeping, though. At the minute, not going to have too much impact. Bombs down. The players are split. You know, Larson and Mopos need to join up together. He does manage to get the bomb. But what can they do with it is the real question. Plessen, the first line of defense, silently dropping. May well get overlooked in this angle. Yeah, not looking too good. Goes straight into them. Almost the double, not quite. But damn close. And now Mopos is left with, like, no time at all. So they needed to charge on to... Did they even have time? I don't know. I guess maybe if they charged on to B with no resistance, but the odds of that fairly slim. So yeah, really weird kind of round. And I think we're going to see a few more of those, perhaps.
Yeah, I think we're due for a bit of wacky rounds after such a best of 3 delivered in every aspect that we could ever want with the teams in their respects. And I think we're due for a bit of a few wacky rounds. Larson carries the op, thanks to hops into this. And he's just going to be looking for an opening pick, right? 1 can turn into 2. 2 is guns. Guns could be the round. And they know the op got carried over. So Galaxy Racer's probably not going to take too many risks in their fights. You can just see the positioning. They're playing retake B. The op is posted up on long. So it seems like Galaxy Racers have a really good read into this round script, not wanting to take any free B risks.
Ridiculous. AWP for the big man. What can he get done? Oh, the nade does barely any damage. Classic. Those pesky grenades, man. Regardless, they're 2 frags up. Galaxy Racer should be able to clean up house. What? Okay, that's a bit ridiculous that he gets away with that. Tabs will drop him, but still, the Glock coming in. That's 3 headshots required, by the way. Absolutely insane. Alex will get the plant in. The fact that they're even getting away with this is somewhat ridiculous. Galaxy Racer playing very passive in this round. Maybe just so, you know, unsure and wanting to play it as safe as possible. Makes sense, I guess. Down goes Alex. 1v4. Not going to happen for Steel. And Galaxy Racer up to 5.
Yeah, that was the game plan from Galaxy Racers. Willing to concede the plant because they knew they were going to get a buy anyway. Wanted to keep their own CT economy afloat. If anything, I really respect the decision. A lot of teams wouldn't necessarily play that reserved. And Hellcase, the site you want to be on for opening cases. Malta V15. Get those codes tossed in and get on opening cases. See that lock? You get to unlock cases. See the connection there, Scriv? Tons of cases. Esports tournament mode. That's fun. It's actually a lot of fun. Check them out. Awesome partners to have.
Bada bing. All right. Movistar Riders have had some time. They're back in with a strong buy. They need to be getting this one on the board. Galaxy Racer in a position to start running away with things. They really, really are. They're one better than they were the previous time they met, I suppose, so far for Movistar Riders, but I don't know. I gave them the benefit of the doubt with my prediction, you know. Oh my god, Keith.
Yeah.
He didn't buy an AK.
I noticed. I know. He just... Honestly, his mom could have walked in. Maybe the microwave beeped. Maybe his coffee's ready. Any of these things could be true. And he was running along to grab the gun. And it's going to be a bit of a beep pop for the remaining teammates of his. That he's on. Given the first freebie. Repositioning of the fight. Good spray control. And it's just Larson alone. That's unlucky from Shocks. It's an error. It's a mistake. It'll cost him the round. Maybe not fully, but it certainly doesn't boast well. It doesn't help. And I have a feeling he's going to go Hero AK next round anyway. So that could be exciting again.
Mad. Absolutely mad. Larson gonna fall. I don't know. I really was giving them the benefit of the doubt, and then Shocks, you know, just not buying an AK, as you do. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a really tough time for this team, you know. And I think they have, indeed, because there's tournaments going on, because they're away from the break, because the team needs to make a change. They were on an upward trajectory. I don't really know what has happened. I feel like it's more internal than anything. Cheeky knife onto Shocks. Whoopsie daisy. Sorry about that accident. I'm really sorry, dude. He has enough to buy an AK into this round, so looking to be the hero for this round. Rushing into B, sorry. Not looking too good, at least initially. Mopos does get a couple. Plesson's still around, retaining the man advantage. Rotations come in nice and fast. Should get the bomb plant. Mopos missing the shots, though. It's all on to Larson. Packs down Relaxer pretty massively, but 1v3 is real tough for him. I suppose 2 AWPs do make life a little easier, so they do have to be careful here on the CT side. Especially now they've lost the M4. Does get dinked down, though. What's the choice? Okay, the USPs come out, and the USPs will drop him. So, 7th round for Galaxy Racer. Even when it's a bit panicky and a bit close, they are coming out on top.
That's 7 for Galaxy Racers. Scriv, could you do a little bit of history, a little bit of digging for me? The most recent Overpass match. Could you tell me how many rounds that Galaxy Racers needed to get on the T side? Because I want to see if they started T side there.
Yeah,
right?
no, that's a fair shout.
I'm just curious to see how that one panned out. Because as of right now,
they need to get 2 rounds.
Okay,
so they got
didn't
14
need to get many.
On their CT side.
Okay, so they're on pace at the moment to get 13. That's their current pace. Movistar Riders hop out on Larson. Utility of plenty. Setting up for a B hit, but an opening pick on the A lurk in steel. And without your IGL, you're just going to explode. You're just going to go. Good flash to catch D's on Pleasant. With water control, going to be peeking on the back of these flashes from Tabs. Lines them both up. Great flashes in from Tabs. And if you're Alex and Larson, what do you do here, Scriv?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You just have to keep bashing your head against it. Eating the nade. Tabs takes down Alex. Larson contacting forwards, caught off guard. Yeah, I thought with a few days, they may well have put some work in and may well have been able to turn things around and bounce back. We'll see when it comes down to train, but the overpass really not looking good, and we might indeed, not fully, but see history somewhat repeating itself.
Good time for a bit of a pause. Mopaz could drop the op, but at the same time, Larson's low on funds. So his return will be an op, and he'll lack utility. And when the unpause commence, I mean, this surely is a buy round for Movistar Riders. I don't know why they haven't bought yet. It's taking their time. Will Mopaz end up dropping the op? Seems like they're still having that conversation. Wow. And Lars, okay, again, weird buy to me from Larson. Either you give him the op if you're Mopaz, and Larson gets light armor anyway, and you get the AK, which is the exact same thing, right? Or you downgraded the Galil and get utility and head armor. I don't know. It just seems like a little wild buy from Larson. I understand it, though. The AK is superior. You want the AK. And then when nothing's clicking, you're down 8-2, you just want something to work. So I get it. I see both sides.
Yeah, they are kind of desperate, I guess. Okay. Guys, I know these smokes. We can, like, you know, smoke A from B. Very cool. No one's really around there, though, for Galaxy Racer. They have so many rounds in the green that they're just looking to play safe, play passive. So, not an awful lot to be expected here. Great little angle from Tabs. They will come towards him more, and he is distracted. Larson, meanwhile, takes out his buddy, holding things down in the form of Dezen, and Tabs up close and personal cannot get it done. Plesson, though, will keep it even. Big man from heaven. The smoke doesn't come in good enough time from Movistar Riders, and it might just cost them.
This is so awkward. 2 for Pleasant, and he's going to start to creep for more. Steel under heaven should get traded. He gets caught weapon switching, but still maintains. Look at the nade out. He's lost a teammate. The nade is just a tickle. As Steel will move into Little Pit, he gets actually caught. It's Alex alone in the smoke kill. He'll come, and Freddy is ready. Defuse will come in. And how good is the Galaxy Racers looking, Scriv? Even when you think they're down and out of a round, they still pull it out. I think Steel definitely needed to just live there, gets caught repositioning, untradeable by his teammates. Movistar Riders have stalled out on a hill in a standard car, and they're going to try to push it up the hill with a buy like this.
Yeah, really not looking too good. They come close-ish. Definitely knocking on the door. Not able to get it done. A new thing as well for them to deal with in the form of the double-up setup. Barely confident in themselves. However, the rush coming in, this is the perfect counter. A lot of damage done. Passive angles being taken. They just walk straight into the meat grinder here. They will eventually get one, but not before they drop 3. Therefore, a 4-on-2. And the bomb open for RACER. Hunting season, as he will find himself a nice double Plesson as well on that AWP, proving why the double up setup is perhaps needed. Double digits hit from Galaxy Racer. Very, very quick so far in this first half. And yeah, for a second, looks sort of good. Movistar Riders getting a couple, but I don't really know how they did that, and they're not able to tap into the same consistency.
No real normality coming into form right now. Just seemingly a little lost at the moment. And I mean, based on recent performances, I feel like this is par of the course for these two teams. Good thing at least it's a best of 3, right? So that's going for them. And the hero AK, a few pistols, a few armor, sets on round 13. Pleasant's going to start to pick them apart with his op at range. Even has the molly to force them to his left. His rifle actually falls to the 5.7, and Pleasant is just an absolute beast. Standing for as long as he did. Freddy will come in from the side, and he's just going to clean it all up. By the way, I do enjoy the alias Freddy instead of Freddy Frog. I admire both scripts, but Freddy just rolls off the tongue. That sounds baller.
Yeah, it's a little easier in it. I don't know where the frog comes from.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a... I mean, I don't know. Is there a Swedish
TV
connection?
Show?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, we have Kermit the Frog. Did they have Freddy the Frog out there? And he spoke Swedish?
On like a cereal box or something?
And the only difference is maybe he wore a hat.
Yeah,
they wouldn't get, like, copyright fined.
Yeah,
it's like just their budget Swedish frog. Yeah. Like, who knows? Who knows?
Makes fun of, you know, how American people talk.
Yeah.
Like in the Muppets, you know?
Yeah.
Getting one back. Is it the Muppets or is it Sesame Street? The chef, right? The Swedish chef.
I think that's Sesame Street.
Yeah. Kinda
funny.
Funny, but, you know, I can see why you'd want to get a bit of revenge on that guy. Or the guy that made him. Not necessarily him, but the guy that, you know, made him.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, relaxer. Larson finally bests him. Yeah, Larson needed to work an opening pick, and he does this round. Right? I mean, look, still a chance to get 4 rounds. Not what you want, but most T-sides strive for 5-6. So if you can get into this round, get away with 3 to 4 alive, that seems pretty good. Shocks, can he trade this one out? Yes, sir. B site is open. Freddy Frog coming in from connector. And the bomb's going through Monster and flanked by Alex. That'll be it. There we are. Movistar Riders starts with a pick, and then all the rest just snowballs and falls into place. That is more like it.
All right. I mean, better late than never. But still not ideal. 4 rounds the best that they can hope for. They're going to take another pause to hopefully get said 4 rounds. Really not looking too good at all. For Movistar Riders, they are doing better than the last time out, though, as we've said. The 16-1, not so hot a few days ago here on Overpass against the very same team. But I think taking it may well be somewhat out of the question. Not completely, though. Look, I feel the map itself, probably not, but like confidence is key. Moving on to train. Galaxy Racer. I mean, they play it. It's not a great map for them. I feel like that might be part of the reason why it has been picked, you know. Movistar Riders. Solid on Inferno. That's kind of about it. To be honest. 60% over 20 is really good. Into this round, though, not looking too good. Love this from Freddy Frog. M4 and...
So cool.
Yeah, he's not really able to find anything off the back of the M4, but pretty decent idea, I guess. Coming into the final round. Mopop's trading Pleasant back. This could be big. Long is under a lot of pressure. Freddy looking to play aggressive, able to dip back in. The confidence just at an all-time high for the CTs right now.
I don't know if you saw how Relaxo was peeking, but he was peeking with his back to like Fountain and Party. He was peeking into long through bathrooms in the opening, right where that smoke's fading. Which is just unreal. The confidence to take that peek. Man down, our Movistar Riders now. Where's the answer going to be? And that's a great peek from Ops. As Freddy Frog will push up with the op. Going to be playing a very, very tradable, but tight angle for the op. 1, and then a sight player will swing and assist. But Dazon, if they try to come back, Scriv, he has this shut down. Oh, how did they get through him? Oh, he preemptively shoots. He gets caught, and Alex cuts him down. He played close to the door, thought he certainly was guaranteed one, but not the case.
Filth. Absolute filth. All to play for here, of course. Gonna go for it. Final round of the half. Great little Molotov coming in. The shot does land, but it doesn't find the frag. Alex, the nade goes up. It doesn't find the frag. Oh, the second does, though, Tabs. He thought he was fine to start entering the site. Not going to be the case, and it's all on to Freddy Frog. Left low. Trying to bait him out with the old pistol drop. And he will indeed bait a peek, but it ends up Larson taking him down from short there, actually. Really nice reposition coming in from him. 4th round for Movistar Riders. They still have a lot of work cut out, Keith, but at the same time, I'm sure they can be happy with the fact that they've brought it as close as they possibly can moving into half 2.
I want to see these live odds, and woo! Yeah, about where they probably should be, huh? That's better. That actually... Oh, well, okay. That's fair, though. No matter what it is, as long as it's in favor of Galaxy Racers, that just makes complete sense to me. Last time they only needed a couple rounds. This time they need 4, so... An improvement from Movistar Riders now on the CT side, giving a bit more of a chance than they did in the last time they played Overpass. And that could be all the difference. A couple rounds makes a huge difference.
Yeah, they have a lot to play with, though, on the Galaxy Racer side of things. Oh, Alex got to be careful, biting off a bit more than he can chew here. He does manage to get 1, and even that, maybe not ideal. I guess the fact that he dies so far forwards and does spot a fair few of them out means the rest of the CT side can kind of maneuver themselves to patch up the holes. Freddy Frog sticking around on A while the rest of the team opt to drop back. Not necessarily towards B. And will begin to push forwards once again. So just looking to slow it down and keep them guessing at the end of the day.
They seem very undecisive. They don't really know what they want to do. They're going to allow Freddy to make presence in towards party, and then they are now going to back up themselves towards B. Bit of a retake. I think they have shocks in water, actually. And he's going to be playing that pivot position, holding connector, holding second tunnel, worrying about the short push. But if he maintains water control for the Riders, that's going to bode really well for their retake odds here. Mid-site smoke from Relax, I believe the Heaven smoke from the other. And here we go, flashes in. Mayhem's about to break out here, Scriv.
Absolutely. Shocks finds the first. Mopaz looking for more and does get it. Oh, he runs out of ammo. So just about able to get the bomb down. Meanwhile, Freddy Frog coming in looking to be the pain in the backside. Relaxer left on 1 HP. It's certainly looking good for Movistar Riders, but Freddy Frog dangerous on this USP for sure. Great little angle from him. He can't find either of them with Mopaz being on 9 HP. You feel like surely he does. Relaxer dead to rights. Movistar Riders going to get the pistol on the board. There you go. Finding themselves all-important 5th. And should be a decent start. I feel Galaxy Racer with the rounds they have, take an eco, buy into the next. But of course, that's not what they're going to do. They're going to go for the other side of that very same coin. That is, we've got so many rounds, so let's get aggressive and take some risks.
I appreciate that round as a whole. But now you have to get through this pesky buyback from the tees that you know is happening. And they're going to get a 1 AK. I think Tabs will drop an AK to Freddy so he can get armor full utility. Maybe in return get a deagle. No, instead he'll leave the server. Did not see that coming.
Got you.
Made me look dumb.
Absolutely wrecked. Haha. Hopefully,
you just ha-ha'd me.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. It seems like once he gets back in, Galaxy Racers... Again, back to my point. I think Tabs is going to drop the AK. And I think he'll get the D. That, to me, seems like the reasonable thing to do. You get 3 guns, 2 of which AKs, 2 full sets of utility, right? Pistols go first. The AKs bait and trade out. To me, that makes sense. Now, I don't really know what's going on in the head of Freddy Frog. Some say I don't want to, but I really do, Scriv. I'm curious.
Not many people do.
His twin brother does.
He's an enigma like that.
I hear you clicking. What are you looking up?
I'm just having a click, dude. I don't know. I do it
Just
when
having a
like,
click?
you know,
Okay.
time is being wasted. I apologize. I didn't realize
Yeah.
you could hear it. I think 'cause I have
No,
my
I heard
fan
it.
on.
I heard the click. Yeah.
I think 'cause I have my fan on, like my transmission's like constant or whatever. So,
Happens to the best of us.
but yeah, it's just like a habit, I guess.
I have a bad habit. I nibble on my nail, Scriv. This feels like therapy now.
Yeah, I feel that one. I don't know. I don't like letting I cut my nails fairly often. I don't bite them necessarily, but you know, we all got our reasons, dude.
Very true. Very true. Alex, I'm trying to think what Alex is gonna buy. If I had to guess, if I am a man of guessing, I think Alex will just downgrade to the FAMAS. No reason to force the M4. Right? Think about it. You get M4 armor, you're gonna have nothing left. So I think he's gonna go head armor FAMAS, follow in Steel's path, or he could go SMG if he so chooses. And if I had to guess, it's not a connectivity issue for Freddy Frog. I'm not sure if he lives with his twin brother Relaxa, but if they do, it's more than likely a PC issue. But I've been wrong before, Scriv.
It is rare. It does happen.
And he's back.
All right, cool. Not having to wait too much longer then.
Definitely not.
Hopefully he's back nice and clean, you know, no issues, no underlying problems.
You kind of just said that like you hoped he showered. I hope he went to the shower and put on some deodorant, 'cause man, this place stinks.
It's not quite, you know, like easy. I guess he's back in easy is what we want, right?
That's better, yeah.
So he's not having to wait and figure out. It must not have been an internet issue, because normally like there's a little bit more of a pause once the player gets back in. He's like, yo, I've just restarted my router. Let me just make sure everything's
By the way,
cool.
I was right. I just want everyone to know that I was right.
What, PC issues?
No, right about the buy that Freddy was gonna go for.
Oh, right.
Alex, I mean, his box is just gone.
Yeah, that is a bit wild, isn't it?
Like, you need utility.
He thinks he can sneak it in under the radar because, you know, they're this like newer lineup, looser squad and all that.
Maybe my IGL won't see me with this buy, and he gets traded. Larson's weak. At least the push is backed up by Steel. That's a big kill, but he has to escape. He has to live, and his head is gone. Dizon just pre-aims the angle. He's the only one with armor left, but with Larson being weak, he's one deke shot away from limping out of this round. So Galaxy Racers will take these trades, Scriv. That is for sure.
Can definitely be happy with this. Oh, MOVISTAR gonna keep on pushing forwards. Dezen asleep at the wheel. Not able to get the quick enough reaction. I was gonna say that should be a surefire frag for him. He was looking at the angle and everything. He was so ready. But it's not the case. And the surefire round does not come. It's now back up in the air. With Plessen looking to do most of the work. These two remaining players, by the way, were kind of the sacrificial lambs. So, going to be really hard for them. And I don't know whether saving what they have is worth. Might be able to sneak a bomb plant in here, though. I feel like Shox is deep enough into long that, yeah, bomb plant is definitely possible. However, he starts to dip back a little bit, maybe not so much anymore. Oh, he's like, hello, they're on the A site. What's happened here? Okie dokie. Nice free one for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It taps to get plant down. This is huge. Oh, he just wants plant. Oh,
Nice.
he got it.
Nice,
that's
nice.
actually kind of huge. I don't. Oh, what's their loss bonus like? I'm trying to think. I think it's 3. I think it should be 3. Oh, it's 2. Ooh, that's borderline. Borderline. If it's 3, that's a buy. Bomb plant is probably going to encourage them and just going for it. But at the same time, it should just be a pistol and armor round, right? Pistol armor, trying to deal damage. You have a ton of rounds to work with. You really only need a few, so probably reserved is going to be the approach, Scriv. And that is the case. Again, a good call coming in from Galaxy Racers. I feel like I've been saying that a lot the last couple days. It's a new phrase to me.
Yeah, they've been looking fairly solid. Oh, the nade, nearly. Alex was thinking about moving there. That one looked a bit weird, didn't make any sound as it went off. Nonetheless, not an awful lot happening here. Real slow start once again from Galaxy Racer. And certainly a bit more resistance coming in from MOVISTAR riders this time around. It is a long road ahead of them, but I think they can be really happy with the fact that they are looking better. It's been a few days. They've put a bit of work into the team as a whole, and it is paying off ever so slightly. Whether it pays off massively will be another question. The next step, I suppose, is to hit double digits. Great flash coming in. Oh, the return flash, though, is massive. Mopos finds the first. Meanwhile, Shock's still alive on the MP9. They're lined up, but Freddy Frog finds them both. Kind of interesting. Alex, though, he does not care. He wants to make it boring again. Double spray down coming in. Plesson finds the hard one, but misses the easy one. That's a little insane. And the 7th round for MOVISTAR riders on the board. Very costly, though.
Yeah, that is definitely one way to put it, isn't it? That is expensive, by all means, by all accounts. And now Galaxy Racers will have an op. They'll have AKs. And the same can be said about MOVISTAR riders. More like single AK. You can't really say AKs. It's single. Kind of a lot like me, except the AK can't be sad like me. Those are the differences. Lax and Freddy Frog in towards party. Or in towards playground, excuse me, with Alex. Messing around with this angle that's been played before by Steel. And this is a bit of a committed setup, right? Steel has to hold connector. The op must hold the back of the party player. If one falls, the setup could crumble. They're really banking on getting the first pick.
Massively banking. Great little Molotov. Okay, it's all a big
Though that's
bait.
unreal.
Wow. That is massive. I thought, you know, he spots the shadow, easy kill, but that was all kind of a part of it. He moves that inch. Relaxer was moving with Plesson as one, the two of them, the dynamic duo, to rip this round wide open. Plesson does eventually fall, but it's still a 4 versus 2 that they should easily be able to convert here with the CTs being on opposite sides of the map. I think moving together so they can at least defend or save together. And it looks like it might just be the latter. Mopod's going to drop Dezen. That's fair, but it is an A hit and they don't fancy their chances. Should be a 12th round pretty easily for Galaxy Racer. Yeah, I think they were looking to make their way out of this round for quite some time now on that CT side.
MOVISTAR runners, yeah, now having to back up. I mean, they've been on a bit of a run, Scriv. Been on a bit of a streak. So it's about time they have to get put back into reality. The setup for MOVISTAR riders, I really did enjoy. Just a lot banking on your teammates, right? Steel has to hold connector. He spins around to help his teammate, but by that time it's too late. The op of Larson gets caught, and it all comes crumbling down. MOVISTAR riders don't get out with the op, only out with the AKs and M4. They're going to have to save. I don't think you can afford to force around this because Alex is on double save. Larson kind of right there with him. And they are going to actually buy. Okay, I guess Mopaz could drop a FAMAS. Shocks could drop an MP9. Okay, cool. They've actually made it work quite well. And I guess my initial thought was, they have to save. But I really don't mind this type of buy. It's a risk, but I think it's one taking, especially not on your map pick, especially last time you lost in the favor that you did in the run boost from Pause through short. That was cool. Can he escape? Yes. How unreal is that?
Absolute filth. Another one coming in as well. So MOVISTAR Riders kind of sealing the deal here, Keith. Pretty solid stuff in the past few rounds. But they managed to get through it. Solid as in hard. Maybe I'm using the wrong descriptor there, but all the same, 5-on-2 should be easily secured, and a risky kind of round. It pays off. MOVISTAR Riders taking an awful lot of risks, but making them work sometimes. Maybe not as consistently as they would like. Mopos with the crack angle here. RACER. Oh, I think the barrel showing. Surely. Oh, and he just gets lucky. Could get a bit more interesting here if he can make his way in, but he's not ready for Larson. Freddy Frog too far away to find a trade or anything of the sort. And clapped out by Larson. That would have been a flick. The 8th round for MOVISTAR Riders coming in. And the T's are not quite as financially stable as they'd like to be. So here we go. MOVISTAR Riders with a chance to close the gap.
Yeah, financially stable is definitely not what you could call Galaxy Racers right now. I think they are going to consider buying. That's why the pause is going to come out. Probably discussing their options. Freddy can downgrade to a Galil, Pleasant. He's been one of your top fraggers, though. I think you really wanted him on an AK. Drop a Mac 10 to Dizon. Dizon can trade him an AK for the sorts. Or, like, trade him and, like, buy a Mac 10. Dizon can buy an AK. Trade it with Pleasant, etc., etc. A lot of options they can go for, but I think Galaxy Racers are probably just going to armor pistol again. You have rounds. Star Riders have just pulled out their one trick. Force buy round on you. And they too have built up a tiny little bank. Not one they can really fall back on, is it? So this round doesn't have as many implications. Galaxy Racers is going to go ahead and bow out on the rifle buy, but go ahead with the pistols. And I think they're due for a bit of a force buy win. Smoke Heaven. Mid-sight, nostril flash. Mopos waiting, making sure he's not blind, but he's whiffing, he's spraying, he only gets the one. Sure, bombs down, but an AK for someone to work with now. Utilities being dropped by MOVISTAR Riders, the mollies, the nades to cut them back, steal from short. He'll have a free time until Tabs trades him out with the AK Scriv. Things are getting a little odd here.
There always seems to be potential for Galaxy Racer in a lot of these rounds, even when they are on the back foot. Oh, tried. Did Tabs, but unsuccessful. Dezen creeping, gets the headshot. Can't get the AK. It's just escaping him, and he doesn't want to peek too wide. 4th time there, 4th time the charm. Regardless, he gets his hands onto said AK. The bomb not too far away, and he's brought it down to a one-on-one. Alex has to be so careful not to let this one slip. Would be absolutely devastating. The lack of investment from Galaxy Racer to even bring it down this close is already somewhat questionable, but if the round slips, oh my goodness, Galaxy Racer would be flying. MOVISTAR Riders at the opposite end. Grounded, I guess. Back into reality. Alex not moving though, really not giving anything away, and Dezen has no idea where he's coming from. Might try and go for a cheeky open plant. Might try and push forward. It's not going to be the case. Go safe as you like.
That's a smart play.
And now Alex will keep moving in.
Tizon just secures the money, backs up, spots the shoulder, but Alex is just wiser. He'll see him right at the same time, get that headshot required through the box, grab the up for the team. And the 9th for MOVISTAR Riders. I'm not sure why Alex is jiggling all these guns. Oh, okay, a little spicy. Look, you lost overpass last time, 16-1. You're still losing here. I'm not sure it's the time to really poke the bear of Galaxy Racers. Because keep in mind, that was a 1v1 when they only had pistols. So whatever you need to do to spark your team, Scriv, but I've seen that backfire more times than not.
True. Mind games, you know. Gotta be aware of the mind games. Still the work only just beginning for MOVISTAR Riders. Oh, great little setup coming in from the T side. It's a 1-for-1. They can always be happy with that. Connector control, AWP being dropped. These are all good things. Mopos, though, pushes through the smoke. I don't even know if he was flashed in there. Just kind of walking through, catches Pleasant sleeping. It'll be a man advantage for the CT side now. This is looking pretty decent in places for MOVISTAR Riders.
Yeah, they're starting to shape up nicely, aren't they? They're getting the trades. They're fighting for control early. Shock's falling there. That's a big one for Dizon. Again, don't want to poke the beast. The bomb is on the back of Relaxa. As soon as this Molly fades short, it's going to be an execute. Molly towards barrels. No smoke for heaven, and Dizon finds another one. Yeah, they're just going to go now. Going to keep it simple. Alex is playing close, playing traded. He's going to push, actually. The connector push. The water pinch. It's on. Alex finds the full HP player. That's huge. Steel's going to continue to push now. Continue to strive. And as soon as he sees this clear, I wonder if they're going to assume it's Monster. Are they going to take a guess and a gamble that it's A? Alex will face check. Head gone. Steel's next up. Catches a player with the nade. Relaxa the same. The jiggle, the peek, and Relaxa's got it locked. No body shooting in return from Galaxy Racers. But I bet some question marks and some typing that we can't hear or see. The one saving grace from Galaxy Riders is that, or MOVISTAR Riders, excuse me, I just mixed the two up. Like Galaxy Racers, MOVISTAR Riders, like very same concept, very similar.
True, to be fair. Are only human, I guess. Another technical coming in. Somewhat unfortunate. I mean, the CT side will probably want to make sure that everything is perfect. Not quite sure what has gone down, of course. Try and update you as and when we can. But, oh, okay. Some mic issues. Whether that extends to TeamSpeak, that kind of thing. Somewhat common, I suppose. But looks like we are ready to get back into the action. MOVISTAR Riders forcing up, Keith. Oh, goodness. Playing for the victory, pretty much, wow. Right? Not wanting to give any room across to Galaxy Racer. Trying to keep them kind of as beaten down as possible. So this is risky.
Yeah, to say the least. It's definitely... I think they might just be doing because a couple players were double saving Larson and Mopaz. So the fact that they're willing to go for this bodes to their confidence. Smoke towards bathrooms, going to start to phase back these MOVISTAR Riders members. That nade is a telltale sign that perhaps there's still someone lurking and sticking around bathrooms. Seems like Galaxy Racers are just going to try to skirt them. And if they walk up sands, they have to assume there is someone long. I don't think this gets overlooked by Galaxy Racers. I think they'll leave that up to Tabs. He'll keep tabs on it. As Galaxy Racer was just told, I'm done.
It's all good, man. Blessing going to drop Larson. Steel coming in, though. This is a pretty decent position for him to be in. Great little flash, but it's too deep. That's unfortunate. He really didn't have any respect for it at all, but that was a key position to hold on to. Not to mention the fact that it's now 4v3. Galaxy Racer approaching things pretty slowly here. Once again, very respectful. Realizing this is a different, very different MOVISTAR Riders lineup from what they were witnessing the other day. Okay, Alex in for one, but not able to get anything else done. Meanwhile, it'll all be down onto this big man on the site. He gets flashed off, hidden inside the smoke, though. They're going to plant on the other side of Dice. Relatively smart stuff. He tries to swing out, and he will be denied. Shocks does get one, but he's dealt with quickly. 14 in for Galaxy Racer. And look, MOVISTAR Riders, close, competitive, you know, only 2 players surviving, but that doesn't really matter so much. They need to be getting the rounds on the board. And the fact that they forced in the last one means that they probably can't do that. At least not in this. So, or are we going to force again, right? You really
I think
put yourself in a difficult spot.
Yeah, they just have to. Mopaz has already made the decision. The rest are like, are we sure? Mopaz is like, yes. He is already invested into this bad boy. And maybe Steel and Shocks won't. Larson should. They're just considering what they want to buy. Galaxy Racers understand that the economy is probably in tatters, and if they're not buying, they're going to be playing for OT. So Galaxy Racers probably not going to rush in anything. I imagine it's going to be another slow played, paced round, right? Looking forward to the future. Looking forward to walking into 15, perhaps. And I love how there's a box on his head. That means someone's aiming at their teammate's head. And this pause will end. 20 seconds to our live. Movistar Riders another risk. And basically playing for the match, as you mentioned, Scriv.
All right, here we go. Do or die. Movistar Riders really putting a lot of pressure onto this one, and vast improvements for sure since the last time they were out, but it's still not a great result if they can only pick up 9 rounds. Galaxy Racers seem to have their number. Train, I don't think going to be as easy, but certainly is possible. My prediction looks to be out the window. Yours looking fairly safe. Yeah, there are improvements, but there's still so much work to do. And that is blaringly obvious. Either way, Mopaz's going to get tagged up early on. No frags coming in as yet, and they are losing ground. Relax has got to be careful. Hightailing it out, and they go for another fight. Drops Mopaz, ready, but not for the flying MP9. However, the fact that he dropped back means that, of course, teammates can come and help him. So the bleeding is stemmed pretty quickly, and a 4 versus 3 ensues. Bomb retrieved, and now they're making moves towards the B site.
Pleasant, just gonna walk out, freebie acquired, and the second will follow. This is gonna be 15 for Galaxy Racers, easy peasy, just like that. They waltz in and take control. Scriv. Movistar Riders are going to be kicking themselves because their bye next round is not going to be great. It's going to be slightly better than this one. That's about it, unfortunately. And Galaxy Racers looking like they want to pick up their map pick badly and move to Train, a map that, if memory serves, who did they recently beat on that map, Scriv? It was a couple days ago now. In OT. Oh, who was it? Who was it? Do you remember, Scriv?
Fate, right?
I believe it was Fate, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Been a bit of a crazy ride for them.
Yeah, definitely not an impossible one, right? I think we both had Fate down to take that series as well, or at the very least take the Train. So the fact that Galaxy Racer were able to pick it up was a surprise to everyone. It is all coming back to me now. So yeah, I think they're going to be in with a pretty rough time of things, perhaps, on the Movistar Riders, and unless, you know, their Train is really clean. It was a solid map for them when they had the 5-man roster, but different team. Not sure whether they'll be comfortable on it with these 2 new additions or not.
FAMAS, couple MP9s, some Deagles, no water control for Movistar Riders. They have no clue what's going on here. They had someone in connector, but they don't want to pressure it too much. Alex with a Deag, hopefully can find a pick towards short on the back of a flash. He'll peek, but he's mollied. And he's sent, quote-unquote, packing back to that B site. Movistar Riders are hopeful that another flash in will allow Shocks to take a favorable fight. There's one player home, but he's tucked in. It's Dizon. And with the bomb all the way back to where it is, it tells me Galaxy Racers just defaulting. Trying to work a pick and trying to get a good vibe as to what's going to be going on. Up goes Mopaz. And if Dizon looks up, it could be all she wrote for it. Instead, it's Pleasant come through. One for Mopaz. He can't get away, though. Good spray from Dizon. And that's a brutal trade for the Riders who needed that clean.
Still such a key spot. Flash comes in, and there you have it, taking down tabs, but trade comes in quickly enough. Great positioning here from both sides. 3-on-3, still anybody's game. Fact of the matter is, though, Keith, there's only one waiting on A, and he, is sticking out ever so slightly. Larson he doesn't even know it, but has just escaped his death. You'll hear them stepping as the time is running low, actually. They just about get the plant in. They know that he's at long and he's dealt with quickly.
Yeah, look where they planted.
Yeah, and they're so ready for this. 16-9 is on the cards. Galaxy Racer have got 2 more to find, and with Shocks having a Deagle and nothing else, Alex on a FAMAS and nothing else, it is looking more than likely, to say the least. Really not looking too good. They're locked out pretty firmly for the first, 50% of this tick of the bomb. And now they'll start to try and move in. Shocks gets a quick one onto Freddy Frog. He's left low. And the bomb is planted in a bit of an unorthodox angle. That just means they can get more aggressive, however. Relaxer finds the final 2 frags. And there you are, 16-9. Definitely not as clean and as one-sided, but still a pretty, to be honest, clean and one-sided result. It's not crazy, but it is a decent result for Galaxy Racer in the end on their own map pick.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm very pleased with how Galaxy Racers played. They went in with confidence on their map pick. They took the CT side by storm. Yeah, they fumbled a bit here and there on the T side, but it was just kind of going through the motions, building that economy, getting a read on MOVISTAR riders, who, in their fairness, were kind of all over the place and trying a bunch of different cool setups. That connector one and party one is one that sticks out to me. Mopaz, unfortunately, plays for MOVISTAR riders, and Pleasant plays for Galaxy, so the names are just swapped. Just keep that in mind. There we are. You blink, and now there's 2 Pleasants, and amazing. There we are. So Mopaz played really well. I think he set himself up nicely. He was kind of that lurk presence across the map, catching people off guard all the time. Hit a couple big clutches. But in the end, the Galaxy is bigger than the MOVISTAR riders. Who would have known? But I think they just stuck to the game plan, the Galaxy riders. They did crazy. They kind of just stuck to what they knew worked. Defaulted, executed, work picks. Never really tried anything risky, while the MOVISTAR riders had to take those risks, right? Had to take those wild force buys because they're so far back. Yeah. Had to try some setups. Unfortunately, a lot of the times they just didn't work.
Yeah, it was a very tough time. Odds just stacked against them naturally in so many different ways. I think there are a lot of teething issues here. We saw that on the T side, particularly for MOVISTAR riders. But given time, I think there is potential in terms of the power that they have, in terms of the mind that they have with Steel, right? I think they certainly could do something with this lineup. Whether it will be the same or more than the previous lineup remains to be seen. I think there is kind of a clear, you can just see it like communication issue, the language barrier, not game ending, but all the same, it's
game affecting.
In a kind of negative way compared to where they were previously. So we'll see. Time will tell with this one. They're smashing some Counter-Strike. They make it to the playoffs, which, I mean, is fairly decent, right? Don't get me wrong, but I just think Galaxy Racer have their number as well. Yeah. That kind of shows even from previous matchups, dating all the way back to October and all that kind of stuff. Like, they have taken this team down even when it was the stronger lineup previously. So I just think Galaxy Racer have got their number for sure.
Yeah, and I think on Train, a big thing for me is how Steel's going to play the players around the map on the Riders side, right?
Sure.
Are you going to be having your confidence continue to play aggressive? Are your ops going to wake up and start to find themselves? I want to see Larson play well. Someone told me he's a really good operator. He fits in his team well. And I think Train is a perfect map for him to show it. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be map number 2. Hold on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was the longest and you've heard all day. My name is Keith of Fortune. It would be cool if my name was Andy and then I could tie that in, but it's not. Joining me is Scriv, and we're on map number 2 between Galaxy Racers, right, and Movistar Riders. Am I saying that right? It's starting to mess with my head, Scriv. Too many parallels.
That's right. That's right. Have some, just be sure, just go for it.
Sure, Scriv.
And then, if you're
Is
wrong,
that what it is?
You just play it off as a funny.
Yeah.
And then it's
you didn't get to see my hands. I did the pointy finger thing with the thumbs up. Like, am I right? You know that thing. Anyway, we're on to train. I'm done embarrassing myself. And I think Movistar Riders, this is a good map for them, all things considered, barring that they are able to find some confidence in some synchronicity. Synchronity? Is that the right phrase?
Synchronicity.
Let me Google that.
Yeah, synchronicity maybe. Synchronicity.
Synchronicity, the simultaneous occurrence of events which appear significantly related but have no discriminable causal connection. Another term for synchronology. Yeah, so I was right.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Got there in the
end. Be confident. Yeah.
Yeah. Just go.
I don't know.
No one's gonna know, dude. You just go with it.
Yeah. They just seem very apart. They seem to be not playing very tradable at times. They had some cool setups and some cool flash pops and setting each other up, but they kind of just got ran over on their T side. Didn't really have good spacing on their executes, and hopefully on train they can switch that up because it's their map pick. But then at the same time, Galaxy Racers, they recently won a very prolonged game against Fate, which gave me some confidence into their B Anchor and Freddy Frog. The ops, once they broke out the double op, was kind of hard to break.
Yeah, I think I don't know, this whole bit that we're doing about being confident and fake it till you make it kind of thing is maybe where Galaxy Racer are going to come in on this map. As we both kind of alluded to, the T side for Movistar Riders, they're going to have to have done some work. Basically, this is not a map that they can come into being like, we're confident as a core. You used to play it in your own team, so it should be okay, right? Like, it doesn't, maybe a Mirage or a Dust 2 or an Inferno even, you could say, but like something like Train, the T side needs an awful lot of coordination and preparation, but particularly that coordination is so important, and I don't know whether they will have put the time aside to work on that. It seems they've just been playing the Counter-Strike and whatnot and hoping to trial by fire, to improve by trial by fire. So I think it's going to be a hard time for them. But Galaxy Racer could have been fluky the other day against Fate. But Galaxy Racer also taking them down pretty quickly and have a great history against this team and very much might be in their heads coming into train, which is also a thing that's going to affect the play style of Movistar Riders. So a lot to consider coming into this second map.
Nod head in agreement. Yeah. I am feeling pretty good about the double ops on Galaxy Racers. I'm gonna have to see some strong. This is like my win conditions. I will ask you what's your win condition. I'm gonna let you know my win condition. So T side for the Raiders, I need good spacing. I need set defaults with set protocols and precautions set in place. I need them to have those executes to not allow themselves to get caught off by the ops, phase them back in awkward spots, Molly typical spots, back bomb, Z, right? Smoke ladder if you don't have it. I need to see these protocols and these set things in place on these executes. And then on the CT side, confidence to play aggressive and get control, play for that information that they perhaps at times didn't on overpass, or if you have the information, kind of act on it. Which, again, at times on Overpass, they didn't do that. Could be the language barrier. That could be coming into effect. But I'm pretty certain Steel speaks really good English. So I'm not sure if that's technically the issue there.
Yeah, I just think some overall general teething issues. And I'm not sure if like this whole let's play Counter-Strike together and hope to figure things out. Maybe for the first like week or so, they can enter in this cup. The IEM quals and everything, which I think they're out of pretty quickly, it looks like. Yeah, you could definitely employ that. But like, there is going to come a time where they need to take a week, maybe two, to fully integrate these players and to fully work through the system and whatnot, and probably change things up. I feel like these players are going to operate differently from eStore and Lowell. Lowell was a decent enough fragger, but always very passive and supportive kind of player, and I feel Shocks maybe doesn't fit into that same role, you know. And then Larson, wildly up and down, played in some decent rosters in the past, been around for ages, but never really seemed to have found his top level groove, as it were. So I'm not sure. I think there's a lot of work to be done, and I don't think spamming the Counter-Strike is the way to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess do have to kind of keep in mind as we're going to jump into Knife that the Riders haven't been together that long with his core five.
Yeah,
anytime you switch anytime you switch one player out, there's some like leeway. Okay, it's one player, whatever. You just fill some roles, but you swap two players out now, right? So that means your executes have to be reworked. Who's going to throw what? You have to figure out where they're comfortable, and if that's not the same places other players are failing, then you're going to have to figure some things out. So there's quite a bit of work to be had when you replace players in general. So the Knife round to me is very important. I think Movistar Riders really wanting to start on the CT side, obviously. And so far, in that regard, it's a 1v1 scriv. Tabs are going to try to play him, and he messes up. There you go. Galaxy Racers Movistar Riders, I'm not going to get completely debated, will get a pick where they want to start. And obviously, it's going to be the CT side. They're not mad.
All right, hearing all those ticks coming in, indeed they will live up to the prophecy. Words are so hard, dude. So they will manage to get it in. Ooh, spicy. Loot bet with the live odds. Of course, our betting partners giving it to Galaxy Racer. Just about. Certainly not set in stone here, Keith. So according to them, we're in for a spicy close one. Of course, code Malta. Use the banner down below. You can get yourself 10 free spins and 100 bonus euros on your first deposit. Moving into the pistol, though, we'll see Galaxy Racer grouping up outside of B early on. Makes a lot of sense. It is a common area for T-side pistols.
Alex, gotta be cautious. And Galaxy Racers regrouping after showing some Ivy pressure in towards B halls. About to explode. Deep smokes. Paul's gonna fall off. Get a good nade in. Good indeed. Steel, top red, has to connect to kill eventually. He's lost his teammate. Steel, definitely need to be able to get a kill out of that, especially considering you're set up for it. 4v4 into the retake. Kit is in hand of Alex. They have a smoke, but Pleasant with the flank. This could be so good if Pleasant gets good timing. Larson. Oh, but Shocks will clear it. The round saver, perhaps. 3v3. Dazan's pushing up to try to find another favorable fight. He's almost out of bullets. He's caught in the open. Awkward exchanges all around. The last bullet will find him. And it's Relax It with no armor. A 1v3. Two are weak. Cast isolate 1v1 scriv. Flick up. Can he find the other? Yes, sir. On the bomb. Relax has done it. He is a beast.
That is insane. What have I just witnessed? I do not believe my eyes. Oh my god. That is crazy. That is so crazy. I don't think either side can really believe it, to be honest. Like, goodness me. Well, we'll see. Movistar Riders going with the 4 spy here. 2 scouts. Looking to push their way forward as well, Keith. Tabs is ready for it. So, T-Con control is kind of given up. It's like conceded. Not necessarily lost, but they are happy to lose control of it. They are aware of the fact that they have indeed lost control, so nothing much coming here early on.
Yeah, no, not a lot, is there? Steel, trying to get a little aggressive with things. Oh, Alex. You gotta at least get the tag there for your death, right? You need to somehow, quote-unquote, avenge it. Quick rotates in for Movistar Riders. They're going to be met with AKs and Galils firing upon from far. All the while, Pleasant's going to continue his lurking spree, but it comes to an end. Shocks for the Deagle. Thought he could have been sneaky with it. Thought his timing was grand. But look at these deep smokes from Galaxy Racers. Such a cool little tactic to break out on a round like this. You know the scouts are in play. Cut them off at the knees. And just don't give Mopaz a chance, and they won't. Nade will land. Scout gets a tag, but it's on a full HP player. And Steel just saved the back 10 armor. I think he even has a Deagle or a CZ in his back pocket to give to a teammate. But Galaxy Racers being very cautious and very proactive with those deep smokes, knowing the scouts were in play, not wanting to give a lot over. And shout out to the Observer because it is a CZ on his pocket. How did we know? Well, he did a little fly cam, a little free cam. That's cool.
Got them train cam paths on deck. Yeah, Galaxy Racer looking just straight out of the gate. You know, we had some individual players who got a nice strat from them there, so looking pretty good. And I think this is the thing, maybe, you know, they've been putting the work in. It comes to a head against Fate. Although not the cleanest of victories, they do get it on the board, but it kind of gives them the remit, gives them the energy that they need to keep working. The, you know, the method, the process is paying off. Here's that pistol clip again. Those final two frags are unreal. Upgraded pistols here, Keith. We got that Mac 10 in play. We got a boost up for Alex too. But not really expecting too much. The Mac 10 chases down Mopaz. Alex takes a bit of damage off the back of the double nade coming in. But as we like to say, this is certainly a round where any damage is good damage, particularly if it's that Mac 10 doing the damage. Tab's going to drop 600 bonus dollaroonies for Steel, so he can be really happy with that. And, well, Alex and Plesson have got exactly the same idea. There will be Plesson coming out on top for one, but again, traded back. Steel making cash money. Larson gets caught being too aggressive, but it's all good, you know. 2 frags, for me, is enough. Keeps the economy modest. They're also both on the Mac 10, so he has earned so much bank. And we might even see a double up setup straight out of the gate from the CT side. Does eventually drop, but like he's done his work. He's earned his cash, and Shocks could find another on a Mac 10 of his own, which would be great.
Yeah, money would always be nice. Gonna walk up to the bomb like he owns it. As soon as he makes a step, though, I don't think his success will be found. And Relaxo to find the head. 3-0 for Galaxy Racers. Movistar Riders will get the ops, and instead, they're going to break out the double ops right away, Scriff. Perhaps it's the formula to success for them on this map. Steel coming up in the Brazilian scene, right? MIBR, Luminosity, really famous for those type of plays. The triple op was something that was broken out of that scene initially. The double op's typically a fallback plan. No, not for the Riders. It's first step forward. So watch for this op to just play sight in Larson and be the rotator into B. The run boost is actually being held, but a great trade from Dizon. It's a shame to lose a player in Relaxa in that fashion, but the kill back is all that matters.
Oh, Steel. I think he's just crept in under the radar. Tabs. Yeah, not going to respect the angle at all. Oh, that's brilliant. That gives them the frag that they need to take the advantage. That is so good. The timing is everything, but still. Really good stuff. Into a 4-on-3 just like that, Keith. Now a 4-on-2. Galaxy Racer are not finding very much at all here. Getting a bit too giddy, a bit too aggressive, kind of picked off one by one. There's not as much team play as maybe we were expecting there. Slightly greedy, slightly overconfident. Dezen lucky to be alive. Oh, and the trade comes back in. I mean, ultimately, it looks like it's going to be to no avail, unless Lesson suddenly clutches this out from nowhere. Gets the first two pretty quickly. Shocks and Steel left to hold him off, and they are split across the map, so this is not impossible.
Yeah, no, he just needs to find one. And he's creeping into Z. I don't think this gets spotted, but he hears the steps now. Will he check close right? Bomb's actually in hand. That's a little absurd. Weird way to get your first round on the board. They get the double op back. Not sure what Pleasant was expecting there, right? But yeah, there we are. 3-1 Galaxy Racers. Probably justifying a buy here, I'd imagine, or a half. Really, they're gonna half. That's honestly, I find that kind of cool. I really thought it would just be a force up, get a couple AKs, but they're respecting MOVISTAR riders. Galaxy Racers are kind of going through the realization that I just did, that hey, we're on T side, we have 3 rounds already. Why are we gonna shoot ourselves in the foot? Let's just take a save, we'll buy next, whatever. Really cool.
Again, in a great position and making really good choices. Oh! How does Larson not find that? Oh my god, that is insane. Mopos takes down tabs and the rotations are here. An AWP retrieved by Pleasant. This is gotten out of hand quick. Freddy Frog is caught off. He can't find anything else. The bomb even is going to be difficult to get down, I think. Mopos with the P2K trying his best to deny it. He can't do so. So, I mean, they could be happy with that. Only the one frag, though. They were hoping for a little bit more, and they do get a little bit more, but not quite enough. 3 players surviving for MOVISTAR riders. They'll get the second round on the board as well, but that could have been absolutely devastating. I'm not sure. Maybe the player with the AWP should have posted up with the AK, and we could have done some damage there, but, like, he had the bomb. So, you know, do you want to make life difficult for yourself? Do you want to throw that bomb away? It's all a very difficult call to make, but in the end, it's all good.
All right. Op for Relaxa. AKs for the rest of the boys. Freddy Frog will even get utility out. Barring the call, right? He was probably thinking double flash smoke, and then someone said, no, we need your molly. And MOVISTAR riders right back to those double ops. MP9 for shocks. Knowing you're up against an M4, he'll just downgrade, take the risk, take the reward, perhaps. And Alex posted down the long lane. Well-timed smoke. Tabs isolates the fight against Steel. Peeking his head up, looking into the site, gathering any info he can. The counterplay for MOVISTAR riders? Well, let's get aggressive. They have a player pushed close T-con, but as soon as this ladder smoke fades, they're going to try to help Tabs. But it's just a little too late. He's gone, Scriv.
Yeah, he's out of that. Nothing coming for the AWP of Relaxer. So changing up the pace, changing up point of contact here for the T side. However, still faking out A. Keeping the CTs guessing. Mopos, or needs to not get caught off. He's making a lot of noise. Freddy Frog above him. He jumps up even to help Freddy out ever so slightly. Stays alive though. And that is paramount. Rotation comes in. He remains alive, although on low HP. However, still not sold. Is it A? Is it B? We don't really know. Mopos is looking to get the drop. Did he spot the head there? I think he just about did, but maybe not actually. Freddy spins around to take him down. They've got so much control deep into Z. And I feel, yeah, the save going to come in. The double up set up in a 4 versus 3 with no control. They do not fancy it.
Oh, Alex. Missing that opportunity. And it's absolutely banged out. Larson really needs to save at this point. This gun can be the difference maker into the next round. It won't facilitate a buy, but it certainly could win them the round. And the only one shot connects. Pleasant, not interested in any pleasantries. Just going to let the round go into their favor. No one's saving. And if both ops were saved, they would have bought here confidently, but they're... Okay, this is just wild. Because you just buy pistols on those players. You can get double ops and rifles out in the next, because if We can see the scoreboard for a quick sec. I just want to see where their loss bonus is at. Yeah, 2. They would have been fine. So this is out there, Scriv.
We'll see, dude. Maybe you'll, you know, be left with egg on your face, my dude. Or maybe they will. Who knows? Time will tell. Great stuff from Galaxy Racer so far, though. Smart with the utility, patient with said utility. Gonna leave Steel on 2 HP, so they've essentially found a frag off the back of it. Down goes Shocks. They're a little stacked on top of each other there over at Olaf, but it's all good. Mopos and Alex chiming back in, though. 3 on 3, again with Steel on 2 HP, and they have been somewhat bamboozled. The B hit coming in. And honestly, it's not much of a hit. There's really not much effort required. They get the bomb down, and I think, once again, we'll see the CTs look to save.
Again, a risk, but nothing being shown for it from the riders. Galaxy Racers taking this one over. I'm curious. Okay, yeah, he was throwing the AK to Steel. Not gonna lie, I didn't even know Steel was still in the round. 2 HP. Gonna be able to allow to save. So they get out double up at an AK. Hey, you know what? For the risk they took, yeah, they'll give a 5th up to Galaxy Racer. But with the loss bonus and saved AK, they'll comfortably buy next. And by comfortably, I mean, right? It's not comfortable, but double up an AK is always a decent buy, Scriv. Hellcase, though, is always the comfiest place to open cases. Malta V for extra money on your account. Malta V 15 for that 15% real fill bonus. They are awesome partners to have. Hundreds of cases, esports tournament modes. And trust me when I say this, it's the site to open cases on, Scriv.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, moving in, round number 8. Galaxy Racer looking pretty damn good on this T side of things. Honestly, I think you and I, when we were chatting on camera and off camera, expected the CT side to be where MOVISTAR riders had a bit more strength, but it's just not the case here. At least for now, and well, as you've noted, some topsy-turvy economic decisions for sure playing a part, but at the same time the rifle buys have been less than ideal. Larson going to be tagged down. I think you just save, to be honest. You're not able to stop the B plant coming in, yeah, and you've got a fair amount of strength moving into the next round. Maybe you do indeed have Mopos and Shock stick around, but not going to throw themselves at it, and I think this is the correct decision, right? It's a fairly easy one to make, but all the same, it's nice to see that they're not completely off the rails. You can debate the buy in the last round. This kind of not really up for debate, to be honest. And they realize that. Whoa, okay. An attempt. Mopos is a madman. You know, he's one of those guys who tries to be a superhero, tries to like climb up a building or whatever, and then falls off. You know, you hear about them at the Darwin Awards or whatever they're called. So, the Darwin Awards of Counter-Strike maybe, but it's all good because no harm, no foul at the end of the day. Clean round from Galaxy Racer, surviving with every player. MOVISTAR riders hold on to the double AWP setup, and the players that do that also now have a good amount of cash in the back pocket. So they can be fairly happy with this, actually. Sort of makes stomaching some losses or the tighter victories that we may well see, I guess slightly more financially viable is a good way of putting it.
They're going to need to start to win some CT rounds, though. No matter how good you are on a map, you need to win rounds on the favored side. Otherwise, you're going to make your life a misery. Constantly grinding and fighting on the more difficult side. And you're going to regret the performance you put up on the CT side. So, definitely going to need to start to see some round accumulation. I would be fine with them getting 6, 7. Especially with how this started. Galaxy Racers. Quit explode on towards the outer yard. Larson Has to connect, and he's just off the mark, but good thing Shox has his back. Maintaining man advantage throughout this madness. As Tabs realizes where the fire is coming from, he'll drop off. He knows Shox is still somewhere around sight, but now he's all alone. Looking isolated 1v1. He'll do so. Peeking to the right. How does he find Shox on 9 HP? He gets the call. Alex was Ivy. And the bomb is down in towards ladder. And he's going all the way around. Alex knows the bomb is still down ladder. So I think Alex is going to stay here. If not, back up to Ivy and continue to hold ladder. You could assume he's going all the way through B. And the timing for Tabs couldn't be better, Scriv. But, I mean, the odds of him checking this corner for Alex. But then again, at the same time, it's just a waiting battle. Oh, he half-checked it! He half-checked it!
Oh, dude. Again, the timing, the moments of this second map, kind of crazy how we've had some wild clutches, we've had some wild timings. That once again is insane, unimaginable stuff. And Galaxy Racer will be kicking themselves slightly, but Movistar Riders jump for joy. Tabs, though, back with a vengeance, and he is very quickly out to sandwich. They might not expect this at all. He is going to have players coming his way, and they win the fight. A key one to be winning. The pressure certainly stacking onto both teams, to be honest. A really, really, really important round into how the rest of this half is going to go, I think, Keith. So the fact that Movistar Riders come out with an opener is so important to them. Alex is left on 3 HP, but all the same, they do have that slim man advantage.
Shox. As of late, he's been the guy the last couple rounds. Will his impact continue, or will it be cut short? And Galaxy Racer seemingly just stalling out a little bit here. Letting Pleasant just work. The op is posted on him. If he dies for free, that's a troublesome situation. Fake flash drop from the Racers. And Pleasant just putting his back to the smoke, waiting for it to fade, and that his team will do a bit of an execute out of ladder. I'm surprised he hasn't even tried to cheat out towards green yet. He's gonna do so now. Desmond just swings out. Now eyes are forward. Shock's back's turned, and that's when Pleasant will strike. Scriv, how well executed is this? Larson with the op. Sure, he gets one back. But on 3 HP for one of your oppers, do you even force this? Do you go for it? Your money is in the dumps.
I don't know. It's such a hard call, right? Like, the half hangs in the balance, but they're not going to find anything. Yeah, and now their money absolutely screwed. Feel like saving is the 100% safe play, because the thing is now, Galaxy Racers move up to 7, right? And your economy's in the dumps. They're probably going to get 8. You have the loss bonus stacked up, so the 9th is a bit more of a contest, but even already up to 8 on the T side, when you've only got 3 rounds, is really scary. They could double digit you again, and then some. So it has a pretty big domino effect. And I think we're both in the camp that saving would have been the better decision, though.
Yeah, it's just because now you've put yourself in such an awkward situation. It's round 11. You're going to give 8 up to the Racers unless Alex has up one hell of a round. And you just need rounds at this point. I understand they want to force it for the rounds, but at the same time, the guns can facilitate another buy, which can turn into another round if you play it well, right? And then you need to break their money still. So just a lot all added up onto each other. Makes every micro decision, every micro movement just high risk. And it seems like the Galaxy Racers just going to start to head in towards this B site. Flash down. Pleasant will lead the charge. He's going to push all the way up through a great train. Freddy Frog the first. And you know what? Give him the second. Freddy's looking pretty good. I would say on overpass, he is one of the better players. And dialing it in, starting to here on train. 8 for the Racers. Going to try to save this up onto Alex, which should be successful. Larson Steele just going to be playing the exit game. May I add, very surprised Steele is saving with Alex. I suppose they're doing this if the hunt does commence. Maybe Steele can just grab the op and pick it up and keep on walking, but not to be at the moment. And 8 rounds on the T-side, Scriv. Nothing to really shake a stick at, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. I can be really, really happy with this. And potential for it to go further, like I was saying. MOVISTAR Riders are shaking a little bit. I thought, you know, as I said a few rounds ago, I thought the contest would come in that second half, but not the case. Like, Galaxy Racer just seemed to, again, be in their head slightly and bit more of an individual matchup kind of thing at this point. Timeout coming in though for MOVISTAR Riders, looking to talk things over as pretty heavily required here. It is starting to get into super dangerous territory, particularly if they lose this one, right? The 10th round probably comes alongside the 9th for Galaxy Racer. And then 11 and 12 loom on the horizon. This is, once again, another key round for MOVISTAR Riders, and they weren't able to get it done the last time. It's cost them the half victory, as it were, you know, just by a round at best here. But all the same, it is cost them. So, pressure on them last time, didn't perform. Pressure on them once again. Double ups out, comes out. Fair amount of utility to work with. I don't think the buy is the issue, but then it never really has been. They've just not been able to get consistent one rounds onto the scoreboard. It's a very, very difficult time for the MOVISTAR Riders, and this is their map pick again, folks. Do bear that in mind. So
yeah,
wild.
Don't let it sink in too much if you're a MOVISTAR Riders fan, though. Maybe they could bounce back. But this is a gorgeous T-side from Galaxy Racer. You can't understate it. Gonna need a solid B-hold from Ops here. Larson will be the rotator with this op. And with a minute left on the clock, Galaxy Racer is going to start to apply some pressure in towards the ladder and elsewhere. Trying to force Shocks out, but he'll just take the nade damage and he'll stick around. And the pick on Alex, that's huge. That puts so much rotation issues onto the Riders' side. They have to take T-Con control. They need some sort of control. The Molly won't spread. The double lineup, even with Tabs just getting 1 and Steal on 2, is ideal. Pleasant will have him dead to rights. Mobs makes a huge play on Freddy, but it just trades galore, and Larson alone doesn't know where to look, doesn't know where to be. And with 20 seconds, the bomb is headed to B. Flick will be missed, has to reposition, take another chance, and it's just 9, isn't it, for the Racers?
Well, disaster striking. Really not looking good. They'll have money, but not going to be the most comfortable of buys, I guess, with the fact that they'd actually been saving so much. They were able to scrap something together here, but Galaxy Racer, no matter the resistance, seemed to continue getting through MOVISTAR Riders' defense. Whether they're on double orbs, whether they're on force buys, half buys, Galaxy Racer just have them under wraps. Maybe not in this round, though. Maybe this is the round where it changes. Plessing going to fall at Ivy early on. And now we'll have to see what Galaxy Racers do when they are indeed on the back foot, when they have to recover things back. Flash comes in. It's not ideal. Steel still wins the fight somehow. Does say he's blinded, but he turned away from it. I think very, 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 very minimal blind. So kind of a blunder there. Little awkward, but they're buying off a bit more than they can chew here. The two-man setup in Pop Dog comes out on that exchange positive, but overall, it's still a 3-on-2 in favor of the CT side. Changing, though. Into a 2-on-2. Becomes a bit more interesting now.
Yeah, this is where things can get really testy. Timing, oh so important. Precision, equally as so in these moments. And with 40 seconds, Paz could be in some trouble. He has only flashes remaining. And with Shocks pushing in T-Con, rotates are not going to be here. If Mopaz just gets one, it'll give his teammates such a chance. And he just gets absolutely run over. This is a must attempt clutch from Shocks, though. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. They need rounds. They need it now. You cannot allow 10 to go for free to the Galaxy Racer side. And Shocks is going to creep. He's going to crawl. He'll walk out. And who is he going to find? Is he going to check for relax on back oil? Yes, sir. Good timing. Dazon is so weak, but he has to assume the second player is way back in CT. Shocks has a kit, and that can make the difference here, Scriv.
Oh, wide swing as well. Dazon goes a bit too far for it, and Shocks indeed picks up probably one of the most important rounds for Movistar Riders there. Absolutely huge, getting that fourth on the board, recovering an AWP as well. A beautiful clutch that has such a big wave of impact for the CT side. Galaxy Racer, they do have money to buy back in, of course they do. Probably got money for the rest of the half, I think. Meanwhile, that CT side will be happy to deny the double digits away, at least for now. The ball now in the court of the Swedes. We have to see how they respond. It should be a bit of a tougher time for them. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the buy's still not perfect on that CT side of things. They employ a lot of speed, a lot of utility coming in early as well. You can see so much fire, so many smokes on the minimap, so many bullets landing, and well, that trade comes in instantly. We have ourselves an opening 4-on-4.
These trades are still good for Galaxy Racer, right? Now, Movistar Riders, again, feeling pressured to push forward for more. You need a third. You need it cleanly. You need to get them down to threes, but it's tabs to catch you. He's going to keep pushing. He wants his fight with the player on site. The Aga player can't help. Gorgeous flash. The Aga player comes through the smoke at the perfect time to save his teammate. But the damage is kind of already dealt, and the nade will confirm that, Scriv. They have to leave the B site, and guess what? As soon as that player walks out of upper B, the bomb's on its way. No ifs, ands, or buts. Well, there will be a B, and it is going to be the B site. So I guess there is a button in a way.
It's all good, man. You bailed yourself out. Much like what Movistar Riders have to do here. And it is certainly looking easier said than done. Mopaz, can he be the hero? He does find Freddy Frog. Now into a 2-on-2. Pleston and Relaxer are very healthy compared to these Movistar Riders players. They're so apprehensive. I don't know, I guess you don't have money to buy into the next one. Hoping for a miracle. Relaxer as well in the perfect position. Pushed all the way around. They will check it, but he wins the fight against Mopaz. Plesson peeks out to catch a distracted Alex. And the double digits, although slightly delayed, still come through for Galaxy Racer. And 11 is very, very possible here, Keith. The money, I would imagine, in absolute tatters for Movistar Riders. We'll find out in just a second, but I think it will be the case. Yeah. Damn. Really bad. Really, really bad.
Awful,
so,
yeah.
11 looks kind of likely.
Yeah, it's looking like it's just on deck. Like it's not going to be free, but an opening picks from Relax always goes a long way. And they don't even want to commit. The amount of nades coming in, they know the buy from Movistar Riders is not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be good. And if they're throwing that many nades towards T-Con, they clearly want it. You take a pick, you concede T-Con control. It's kind of where you want to be, and steal. Unable to convert his positioning into a kill. The Movistar Riders just getting kind of like a movie that's played on twice the speed. The Racers are just running through this, taking the corners as quick as they would like. Pleasant will not check the corner. Dazon, awkward, as the scout will actually tag him. So you know what? The 1-2 combo to Ivy, standing tall. And the rest of the Racer boys yet to really come out T-Con successfully. Mopaz, great timing, Scriv. All out of all the buys, is this the one that'll get him across the line to 5?
Would be crazy. But looking, oh, more likely than not, that angle from Shocks. Surely seals it. Freddy Frog 1v3. And he will look to move back out and try and get the bomb. Mopaz holding it down. Great little angle from him to finish things off. And, well, yeah, of all the buys, that's how they get their 5th. Galaxy Racer, though, I think with 10 rounds on the T side can certainly be happy. We have mentioned and talked T side of train for this Movistar Riders side, not expecting it to be the cleanest. Coordination is highly important, and not sure how much of that they're actually going to have, in all honesty. And wow, the odds as well from our betting partner LootBet supporting what I'm saying. So we'll see whether they live up to the odds or whether they defy the odds on their T side.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, it is 10-5, but they still have to play through the T side. So not the greatest, obviously, but there's a chance. It's their map pick. They could run it back just like the Galaxy Racers did. But they're really going to have to grind tooth and nail for this. They're going to have to try their best. Tabs the first on steel. Dazan close. No one's turning around. Hit someone. He only gets 1. That's embarrassing. Tabs on 3 HP. Kit in hand. Trying to buy time for the ladder player to come through. And both times when players are behind others, they just can't hit shots. They just don't like taking freebies, Scriv. They're not in the market of taking handouts, I guess. That's
Crazy.
a shame. Movistar Riders are at this point.
Absolutely crazy. Gonna give them the chance back in. Galaxy Racer, though, not taking any chances, not being around the bush. They want to get those rifles out as early as possible. So here we are with no real investment. I think Freddy might have bought up a Deagle. And, of course, 2 Zeuses. Oh, Pleasant. Okay, gets spotted. Drops back. He's going to go for it again. Creeping in. Nade coming through. Up he goes. We can't find it. And he will actually fall. Freddy, meanwhile, has dropped Shocks. And as we like to say in rounds like this, any damage is good damage. Alex tagged up slightly. Steel got to be careful. Yeah, the USP at range can still be kind of deadly when you've got a Mac 10. Damage certainly coming in here. And almost frags. Freddy could do a lot with this Deeg. But he's now the only one left. And he is miles away from the action. Difficult for him to capitalize on a distracted T side. So maybe the damage that he's going to do is now somewhat limited. He's going all the way round to Ivy. I mean, he really wants these frags. He really wants to, you know, play his best Counter-Strike, so to speak. I just feel like he's going to walk around a corner and get one banged.
I bet he gets 1. He's got to get this Ivy player. Like, there's no way they expect him to be here. Not a chance. Yeah, there's the 1. He gets 2, gets the AK, and he gets out, Scriv. Stonks. That's the kids say. Straight stonks. Is that what they say still, Scriv? Is that... Are they still saying that? Have they ever said that?
I think
am I making
so. No, I think they do, but, like, maybe not as much anymore.
So it's like a cool old thing. It's like it's still cool.
Right.
Yeah, so stocks, obviously.
Yeah,
Obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
Freddy Frog grabbed the MP9, giving Pleasant the AK, and I mean, rightfully so. Pleasant has been playing really well, especially with that AK on the T side. No ops for anybody in the server. Let me finish that sentence before I leave it hanging. And it seems like Galaxy Racer is just going to be playing a bit more of a timid posturing across the map script outside of Tabs. That's a risky fight, but he bests him. A flash into ladder now. Shocks is so blind. What a 1-2 punch. Shocks is, I mean, that's unreal that Tabs gets that done. His job's done.
Oh, God. damn, Pleasant needed to be finding that one. A nasty headshot from Mopos. Brought this back to a much more doable situation here for the T side, but Desmond pushed in. They have a certain amount of information to work with. Hopefully he can find a frag. Do they check him? Is the key question. It looks like they are edging forwards. He's going to win it against the first one. Slight reposition for the second triple. No, Mopos does deny him, but he's done so much work, and Mopos now left low. Relaxer quick on the uptake. The MP9 from the side will drop him. Galaxy Racer get the 11th. It's a little difficult and a little shaky, but they get it nonetheless.
Good position from Dizon to just get the spray down on 2, isn't it? They'll jump to the 11. Movistar Riders electing to basically full save here. I think a couple players have some Glocks. So you're not going to have a lot, are ya? They're just going for a bomb plant script. That's the goal here. Get Moolah. Get bomb down. Convert next. And Freddy Frog is going to be going for Raxa real quick. Considering he's dinked now, he's going to try to drop his nade and smoke before he goes down, though. Right? Get all the value out of your utility that you can. And Relaxa is here in a tasteful manner. Freddy will drop the bomb. If he can stop the plant, that would be pretty cool. The bomb's in the worst spot possible for the Riders, though, Scriv. And actually, Alex doubles in with his Deeg. His 2 kills allow him to plant. That's really neat.
There you go. Good stuff. May be able to find a few more. Not looking too likely, though. The gap closing between these pistols and the automatic weapons. Can't find the frags. But, like you said, bomb plant's pretty decent result there, so they can certainly be happy with that, I think. Will make life comfortable going into the next round, but still not looking too good. The pressure is on into this next gun round. Galaxy Racer are starting to edge ahead. Really edge ahead. Don't quite have the cash built up as much as they would like. So it's not impossible for Movistar Riders. They can definitely, you know, especially if they find this one, which in their minds they will, break the bank. Not completely, but enough that it'll probably force a half buy out of Galaxy Racer, and then you can maybe get your 9th. One more rifle round, and suddenly it's like a 12-11 looking scoreline. So the work is cut out, but it's not impossible. Maybe if you're losing the early fights, though. Great little play from Pleasant and Tabs, in fairness, but at the same time, Mopos just playing directly into their hands. Okay. The B burst coming in here. Desmond's still around. Some crazy shots being landed by Shocks particularly, who is pulling Movistar Riders kicking and screaming through this round. And he shows no signs of slowing down, sir. Tabs on the angle. Also gonna fall. Shocks is huge.
Yeah, he is just on a roll, on a burner. Gonna get the 4th, cannot flick to the 5th, but his job is done. He has basically secured the round, and Larson just needs to put on the final exclamation point. What a round from Shocks. Him and Mopaz have been the 2 guys from Movistar Riders who I've said consistently they have been pulling their team through rounds. Sure, their kill count is similar in numbers, but their kills have been guaranteeing rounds where others have not. Galaxy Racer is going to take a pause because they're going, what do we do here, right? Freddy has to double save. Damn, we're on 1 round loss. Awful. Tabs is rich. He could get the op out. That could make all the difference if Relax can get that out, right? He could glass cannon. He could drop FAMAS to Tabs. That could be cool. That could be something. Pleasant can get an M4 in utility. He's been on fire. Who knows really what they're talking about. But if I was on their team, that's what I would be discussing. You have a buddy who has to double save. Never a good look. But on the same side, it's only 1 player. It's not like it's multiple. Oh, but they're going for it. And because Pleasant has the upper B spawn, they're banking on them assuming that they're not going to have money.
Deadly. Oh. So close. close. So close. Could have made all the difference. This double up setup is going to be deadly, yeah, and they are just swinging in, not expecting it at all. Even the one. The second going to elude them ever so slightly. This is a great setup as well in Hell. So well done so far from Galaxy Racer. I am really liking what I'm seeing. That's the bomb dropped also, so they have to move towards it. Smoke down makes life awkward, but it's spamming coming in. They have some bits of control of A, but they really do not know where to turn here on the T side. Previous might all be in vain. This is a real tough cookie to get through here. Managing to get one back. Bomb has indeed been retrieved. They knew there was a second man, maybe. I think so. Flash not sound enough. It does blind up the player at the back end, but Freddy Frog still alive. Tab's like, excuse me, sir. I would like to get my AWP in there. But it's still a solid man advantage and a real strong man advantage now. A 1v3. Larson has to clutch up. Galaxy Racer could very well steal the game off the back of this round, so very important for him. Movistar Riders going to be kicking themselves if they lose it. Great double scope coming in from him, though, as he takes down Pleasant. Freddy Frog will retrieve the same AWP. And now a much more doable situation. AWP on AWP on AWP, Keith. Who's going to come out on top?
And right when I said, I think... Never mind. Right when I thought about it, Times lands the shot, Scriv. The double op force pulls Galaxy Racer through the round, which is honestly a risk that we've seen Movistar Riders take and just never played out on their CT side, right? They have done that a couple times on their CT side, and not once did they convert the round. How do you think they feel that Galaxy Racers just pulled out the double op and won it the first time they went for it? That's gotta hurt. That has to sting. You gotta be feeling down on yourself because you go, man, we tried that like 3 times. And we can't even win it. And they do it once and they do it. It's gotta be a rough go, Scriv.
Yeah. And now they have to take an eco on the chin. And just, you know, hope they can turn things around once the rifles come back out. Flash comes over the top, Relaxer, and he's slightly blinded by it. It does find the first. Almost a second. I think he lands the tag there, actually. It finishes off Larson. Bomb plant does come in. A nice passive setup from Galaxy Racer will allow that. And they brute force their way in. But they don't want to take any chances. Full respect to Cross. However, they don't lose a single player. And I think this late into the game, they're not massively bothered about letting the bomb go down. They've proven that they can do it against the strongest and the weakest of buys, not only of Movistar Riders, but also of their own. So I think they're cool to let the bomb go down up to 14, and one more rifle round will do it. Pressure is on for T side. Really, really on. We'll see what they opt to go for here, whether they decide to pull an AWP out or not. I think they are contemplating it. And they're going to do it. Larson on the glass cannon.
Yeah, that's... I mean, he has been quiet. I mean, I think it's fair to say, Scriv, the oppers on the Movistar Rider side have been hit or miss. Larson has secured some rounds, but also unable to crack others open, which makes this weapon expensive, and in grand scheme of things, take this word lightly, but useless, right? It could be a full AK and full utility. Maybe that's where he's just comfortably lying today, or the op's just not clicking, or they're not setting him up appropriately. It could be a long list of things. But at this very moment, they're just going to buy time for him to work towards Ivy. It's going to let him work. Try to bait out some ladder control. Tezon smokes out as if he's left. This exact corner that's worked for the Riders will backfire, but they find 2 in response. Man advantage, and now this A pinch can really start to commence. And Freddy's timing on this flank couldn't be better, however. Will he catch the player on top ladder? He will. That's steel gone and bomb dropped. How do they clear him out of halls here, Scriv?
Yeah, it's real tough. They lose another player in the process as well, so now it's a man advantage. as well as having to gain ground back. Oh, and Alex can't get the shots in cleanly enough. Larson also not really there. I don't know. This just again shows the uncoordination of the squad. Like, I feel Larson should go first there on contact. And then you have the follow-up player, right? Find the trade if required. As it was, kind of whack setup that doesn't work at all, and he 1v2s you, which really should not be happening any day of the week, especially when you've got an AWP in the equation. So, some of those teething issues starting to come to a head on this T side, which is more what we expected for sure. The CT side definitely, you know, lacking in places, but this T side looks once again very, very, very weak. Let's see whether they can stay alive for another few rounds at the moment. That's the best that they're hoping for. Freddy Frog with the instant headshot. Relaxer looking good on the AWP. 5-on-3, 5-on-2. Bomb does go down, but they need the round. Doesn't really matter about that because there's no future if they lose this one. And it looks like, Keith, it is all but over. Shocks. Trying to make sure it won't be over. Steel does get one on the top end of the smoke as well.
Hold on.
3-on-2. This could get interesting. And they stay alive for a little while longer. Oh. Shocks caught off, though. It looks like it is going to go back to being over. Pleasant finds the final frag, and there you have it. 16-8.
Yeah, we came full circle and back to being over. Relaxer will jump on it, and that is going to be Galaxy Racers taking the victory 16-8. They have looked impressive.